this just in, I'm Justin, and this is week 2 of the TaxxiCabCollab. I'm gonna use that pun every time from now on. It's a pretty good pun. It's not, it's stupid, but I'm gonna do it anyway because it's entertaining. So last week's video, just a quick comment, got pretty good response, and I think that's because a lot of my friends from my school watched the video, and then they make fun of me, and then I cry, but it's worth it. It's pretty entertaining, and there's a lot of inside jokes between me and a lot of my friends now. The topic of this week is throwback tag, which is basically just 15 more facts about me in the form of questions, which will be asked by my friend here, Mr. Douche-Glasses.
Yeah.
So let's get started.
What year were you born in?
I was born in the same year you were born in, 1996.
Do you have any pictures of yourself from when you were younger?
I do have one. I'm going to put it up on the screen right now. I was Woody for Halloween one year because I loved Toy Story so much when I was a kid. That was just my show. Wow, you look stupid. That's a little mean.
What TV shows did you grow up watching?
It's sort of funny that you ask that because this drawing I've been working on relates to the question. Like, I was drawing a bunch of my old favorite cartoon characters. My favorite shows were My Life as a Teenage Robot, Rugrats, Cat Dog, and some Invader Zim, but definitely Danny Phantom. Some of my other favorite shows that aren't on there would be Kappa Mikey and The Secret Show, and Avatar, The Last Airbender. It's a very good show. Quick note, that was the most annoying thing I've ever had to record. Every time I tried showing the drawing on camera, it just screwed up my whole audio, and I was actually almost done with this video, with the video part, and it erased all of it because I showed the drawing on camera. It's happened twice, so this time I'm just putting a picture in there. So much trouble, so much trouble.
What did you want to be when you grew up, and what do you want to be now?
Well, when I was younger, I wanted to be a few things. One, video game programmer or designer or something along those lines, because every kid who played video games wanted to be that when they were older, and then some of them grow out of it. I did. I also wanted to be a veterinarian, because I loved animals. I always wanted to be around animals, but that changed. That's mean, you know? That's really mean. Well, the job I want now? Male nurse. It's a manly job. It's male nurse. It's manly. It's just manly.
Show a video of yourself when you were younger.
Video of me when I was younger didn't really exist. I'm sorry, but I'm sure you're happy about that.
What were your favorite toys to play with?
My favorite toy was definitely my Woody. I brought Woody everywhere with me, I carried Woody, I just had Woody. Just like that Halloween costume, which is obviously why I dressed up as him for Halloween.
What's the most embarrassing thing you can remember doing?
One day, I was in PE I didn't have any friends at the time. I kept getting picked on by this one guy. I'm not going to say his name for obvious reasons. I don't want to die. But I came up to him, and I shoved him. Of course, he shoved me, and then I did this weird thing where you punch, but you don't. So I basically just slowly put my fist against his neck, and then tried to push him. And it just looked really dumb, and then I started crying, and everyone was laughing at me. And then he came up to me, and he asked if I was okay, which just made it worse. It didn't help. It made it look better for him, but I mean, yeah, I was sad.
Read something you wrote in kindergarten.
This alligator wants to find his mom, and his mom wants it all but then the find that chuff, and his mom fwand a friend, so their friend plaid together. The plado toe and hipandasek, and who his mom was the orderer. It has a drawing. I was obviously a very literate kindergartner.
Name 3 songs. 3 songs.
Sorry.
Name 3 songs you liked to listen to when you were younger.
The music I listened to as a child. It's sort of embarrassing. Well, first of all, I listened to Green Day. So, Holiday was one of the songs. It was the main song. I listened to that song non-stop. Over and over. It was just a habit. Second song, a little more embarrassing. La Bamba. Like, ba la 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 bamba, necesito. Like that. I sang that all the time. Those probably aren't even the lyrics. I loved that song. And then the third is Dueling Banjos. That should tell you something about my life.
What's something funny you wore for Halloween one year?
I had this one costume that was more cool than funny, and I'll see if I can put a picture of it up, but it was basically this black cloak that went from, like, top of your forehead down to your feet, and then you would wear a brain cap that had eyes that would hang over, so it looked like you didn't have any limbs or anything. You were just like this walking around brain cap guy. It was more cool than funny, as I had said. But I can't remember any other real costumes I used.
Tell a funny story of something you remember happening when you were younger.
Well, around Christmas one year, I had a little, like one of those little things you push. They're like a little lawnmower, but that you push them, and in the end, there's this capsule that holds a bunch of balls that pop up and move forward. Well, I took mine, and I took our Christmas tree down by charging at it till it fell over. And then around the same time, another funny thing that happened was there was this tall, like, candle that was over, like, I was short, so it was above me. And I don't know why, I wanted to take it down. And it was in a little plate. I pulled the plate down, and all the hot wax poured onto my face. And the candle fell over, of course. So it was more funny for everyone else, not funny for me.
Are there any special things you had from when you were a child?
I kept a few things. Nothing I'm gonna get out though, or nothing I have with me. But there's this pocket watch that I have that's from my great-grandfather. So,
what's something weird you used to do as a child?
I was such a weird kid. First of all, whenever I was near someone, I had to be talking to them like this. I don't know, I always did this with my hands. Non-stop, couldn't help it. I think I was just nervous. And the second thing I did was whenever I would go anywhere, I would run, but when I ran, I would hold my arms up like this, and I just looked like a weirdo, and everywhere I went, my hands would... Don't be like I was as a child.
What's something scary you remember from when you were younger?
In a nutshell, we were out of town. We were up on a hill. I was alone in a car with someone, and they had a seizure while I was in the back seat, and so we went down the hill. Scariest thing I can think of.
How are things different from then to now?
Well, aside from the obvious one, which is technology, because I think our generation had the biggest jump in technology that I've ever seen, was probably how people treat you. They get more, like, believe it or not, people get more mature as they get older, and they treat you a little nicer, or they'll give you more of a chance to earn their respect. This isn't true for all people, keep that in mind, but I have some very good friends now. I didn't have many friends then. It's pretty sad, but it's also good, because now that it's getting better, hopefully the new generations will continue with this, you know, be nice, be caring, give people a chance kind of attitude. I hope you enjoyed this week's TaxxiCabCollab video. I'm sorry for this weirdness. I just sort of I don't know, I didn't want it to be generic, so I had a random personality come and ask the questions for me, and he's also now doing the outro, which is this